Hi guys, it's me, just listening again. And for this video that I will be dedicating to the month of Halloween, October in 2025, I shall be talking about the book that describes the most sacred of all holiday destinations, the Inferno, by Dante Harry. I think that's how you pronounce that name. You see, even Italians can't even pronounce Italian names. So anyway, this thing is basically a guy's trip through the depths of hell as he imagines it. It isn't the actual hell in the Bible, but just his interpretation of what he imagined it to be like. We don't know for certain what hell actually looks like, if it even exists. But this is his own interpretation, and as you can tell, there are illustrations to go along with it. So I will be showing each illustration as we go along here, with the exception to the map of hell, because the map is very complex, and I don't think it will get through alright on my camera setup here. But for those of you who are interested, the version of hell that looks like a big onion with layers on it, and it's very hard to look at and see unless I hold it right up to the camera. I don't think I'll be able to do that properly. But also another thing too. Unlike the Communist Manifesto, the introduction of this thing is long and complicated, describing Dante, the real life Dante, and it would take forever to get through. So I'm just gonna skip to that and just go right to the good part of the house. Now I also have the other parts of the Divine Comedy here. The Divine Comedy, of which this is only part one of it. So let me get into that in due time. And as per usual, whenever I read this book, it'll start in October, but I'll be able to read it whenever I feel like it, because I won't be limited just to Halloween. Plus there's something like 20-something cantos in it. One book, so it's about 180 pages long. So that would take a long time if I just stick to doing it for October. I'll be here forever reading this book. And then the other ones too, the Purgatorio and then the Paradiso will take forever too. Because I would think that they're comparable in length. Anyway, here we go with the first canto. And cantos are basically chapters in the book of hell, purgatory, and then hell, and then heaven. So I'm gonna be doing just the first canto or canto, probably the second one because it's Italian. You know how Italian like to flourish with the languages. So this is only like 5 pages long. So I'm hoping that it'll take a little bit. It'll be quick. And I'll do 2 and then 3 in separate videos altogether. So without further ado, this is Dante Harry's Inferno. The Inferno. And here we go. First thing here is an illustration of Dante astray in the dusky wood. Midway upon the journey of our life, I found myself within a forest dark, for the straightforward pathway had been lost. Ah me, how hard a thing it is to say. What was this force? Savage, rough, and stern, which in the very thought renews the fear. So bitter it is, death is little more, but of the good to treat, which there I found. Speak will I of the other things I saw there. I cannot well repeat how there I entered. So full was I of slumber at the moment in which I had abandoned the true way. But after I had reached a mountain's foot, at that point where the valley terminated, which had with construction pierced, with consternation pierced my heart. Upward I looked, and I beheld its shoulders vested already with that planet's race, with which leadeth others right by every road. Then was the fear a little quieted, that in my heart like had endured throughout the night which I had passed so peacefully, and even as he who with this vessel breath forth issued from the sea upon the shore, turns into water perilous and gazes, so did my soul that still was fleeting, onward. Turn itself back to behold the past, which never yet a living person left. After my weary body I had rested, the way resumed on the desert slope, so that the firm foot ever was lower, and low almost where the ascent began. A panther light and swift exceedingly, which with a spotted skin was covered o'er, and never moved she from before my face, nay rather did impede so much my way, many times I go, that many times I do return, I had turned. The time was the beginning of the morning, and of the sun was mounted with the stars, that with him were with the time, that with him were what the time the love divine, at first in motion, set those beauteous things. So were to me the occasion of good hope, the variegated skin of that wild beast, the hour of time, and the delicious season, but not so much did that give me fear. A lion's aspect, which appeared to me, seemed as if against me he were coming, with head uplifted, with ravenous hunger, and with ravenous hunger, so that it seemed the air was afraid of him, and a she-wolf, with all hungerings, seemed to be laden with a bitterness, and many folk has caused to live forlorn. She brought upon me so much heaviness, with the affright that from her aspect came, that I at the hope relinquished the height, and as he is only willingly acquires, and the time comes that causes him to lose, who weeps in all his thoughts and is despondent. Ian, such made me that be without in peace, which coming on against me by degrees, thrust me thither where the sun is silent, while I was rushing downward to the lowland. Before my eyes did one present himself, who seemed from long continued silent forest, when I beheld him in the desert vast. Have pity on me, unto him I cried. Whichever thou art, or shade or romance, he answered me, not man once I was, in both impermanence of Lombardy, and Mantusian, by country both of them. Sub Julio was I born, though it was late, and lived at Rome under the good Augustus, during the time of false and lying gods. A poet will I, and I sang that just son of Anchises, who came forth from Troy, After Elian, the superb, was burned, but thou goest thou back to self-annoyance. Why claimest thou not the mount delectable, which is the source and cause of every joy? Now art thou that virgilingest virtuous in that fountain, which spread abroad so wide a river of speech. I made response to him with bashful forehead. Oh, of the other poets, honor and light avail me, long study and great love, and that has impelled me to explore thy volume. Thou art my master, and my author thou art the one from whom I took the beautiful style that has done honor to me. Behold the beast for which I have turned back. Do thou protect me. Do thou protect me from her famous siege, for she doth my veins and pulses tremble. It behoves to take another road, responded he, when he beheld me weeping. It is to this place thou wouldst escape, because this beast at which thou criest out suffereth not any one to pass away, but so doth harass him that she destroys him, and has a nature so malign and ruthless that never doth her great will. She clubbed her great will, and as the food is hungrier than before, many animals with whom she fed, and more they shall be still under the ground. Come, who shall anchor perish in her pain? He shall not feed on earth, on either earth nor of health, but upon wisdom and love and virtue. Twixt Feltro and Feltro shall his nation be. Of that low Italy shall he be the savior on whose account made on whose account the maid Camilla died. Earliest missus of the wounds. Through each city shall he hunt her down, until he shall have driven her back from up to hell. There, from whence envy first did her loose. Therefore I think and judge it for thy best, that follow me, and and I will be thy guide, and lead thee hence through the eternal place, where thou shalt hear the desperate lamentations, shall the ancient spirits disconsolate, whose cry out each one for a second death, and thou shalt see those who are content, and thou shalt see those who contented are within the fire, because they hope to come whenever it may be, to the blessed people, to whom then, if thou wishest to ascend, a soul shall be for that. Then I'm unworthy with her and her departure. I will leave thee, because the Emperor reigns above, in that I was rebellious to his law. Will that through me none come into his city. He comes everywhere, and there he reigns. There is his city, his loved and his lofty throne. O happy he welcome, O happy he whom thereto he elects, and I to him, poet, I thee entreat, and by the same God whom that thou didst never know, that I may escape this woe and worse, this thou wouldst conduct me there where thou hast said, that I may see the portal of St. Peter, and those thou makest so disconsolate, Then he moved on, and I behind him followed. And for the next Hell Story time, I shall be covering Canto number 2. See you real soon, folks.